Hi there, Cindy J from Green Bay with another Walmart haul. Seems like that's all I do is go to Walmart, but doesn't that call the daily grind of life, right? So I thought I'd go a little earlier, at least tried to, because for anybody else who has to go to Walmart, you probably know what I'm talking about. How the new trend where you can have somebody else do your shopping for you, and they're always going through the aisles at Walmart with these big carts doing, their customer shopping. And that's great. I understand they have to do their jobs, but there's so many of them. And so you have all of these zombified teenagers. Sorry, no offense. I mean, I worked at Walmart when I was in high school and college. It's not the most fun job. And they're trotting, they don't care if they're blocking the aisles. They don't care if they're standing in front of, something that you're trying to get to. So yeah, I mean, obviously there's fees associated with that. And not to mention, I like to get as much fruit and produce as possible. That's the whole point of going grocery shopping, is so I can select my own produce. Well, do you think some random person who's never met me is going to take the time to check expiration dates and freshness? No way. They're just going to grab the top one and toss it in. And sometimes even the expiration date, you can find one that's 1 day older that looks way better that you may want. So with that said, enough of my rambling. Hey, here's something positive though. I was looking for an item at Walmart, a straight castor oil of all things, and couldn't find it. And I had asked an associate, and she, didn't know where it was. And I thought that was the end of it, but I'll be darned. She came back and found me and stayed with me until I found it. I thought that was really, really nice. So shout out to her. I should take the time to, tell a manager, a reverse Karen, as they say. But anyways, on with it. Spinach and spring mix. I got one the other day. They're like $5, but it's a lot of greens. But again, I keep harping on it. Both Jay and I have to eat better. And, well, salads aren't always, the most exciting thing to have, but we've both been making an effort, and I'm very proud of him for trying, because he is not a vegetable. He's got no fruit, and it's hard for vegetables. And it's his birthday on Thursday, so I got him some sprinkles, edible cookie dough bites. He loves these. I would have got these for him anyway. They don't always carry them, so, we just keep them in the fridge for him. And then just our staple items, the chicken flavored fettuccine, and these are nice because they're so cheap. They're like $2.50 for one of these, and, you can they're shelf stable, and all you need is water and a little butter if you even really want that to, whip up something real quick if you just need a snack or a meal and you don't have a lot of time. I always try to keep egg noodles on hand. Jay's not been feeling good lately, so he comes home and sometimes he wants ramen noodles, and sometimes he just wants some plain buttered noodles, so I've been trying to make sure I keep that on hand. And plus, buttered noodles are so versatile. You can do a lot of different things with it. Add beef, add chicken, just plain buttered, so yeah, they're great. And then, of course, the mushrooms, being one of the very few precious things that are grown from the earth that I can feed him. He is a big fan of sausage and mushrooms, so one thing that I like to prepare him is literally sausage and mushrooms. I get these little porkies here, and just fry those up. And I like these. You can fry them or bake them, however, whatever's most convenient. And then saute some of the mushrooms along with this. And then I got him a little sausage and mushroom mix, and he seems to like that. And it cuts back a little bit on the carbs too, because we both like breads and things like that. And I usually do like the breakfast sandwiches on the weekends. Some strawberries. Of course, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. I'm glad that I experimented last week. Oh, those strawberries were looking really sad today and picked over. I was fortunate enough, I found a small package of these bigger ones that are clearly meant for the dipping. So I still would love to try to make a few. So, I mean, there's only, well, oh, and they're flat bottomed here. 1, 2, 3. There's only 5 berries in this little container here. And I wouldn't even consider this one of the big ones here. That's one of the smaller ones. So I also picked up some of these, or a container of these smaller ones. I'm excited to try them because a lot of times the smaller berries tend to be sweeter. So, but I haven't had a chance to get through and wash them and all that yet. So, good old strawberries. And then, of course, the pineapple chunks that I'm a fan of. And I don't have to tell you the story 100th time of how I'm afraid to cut a pineapple. And then got some broccoli. Broccoli is another one that I can get him to eat, steamed broccoli. And actually, broccoli was one that I had to learn to like a little bit. I never really ate broccoli until, you know, years ago when we got together and I started cooking for him, and you know, broccoli being one of the things that he likes, like a beef and broccoli dish, that's something, you know, that I can make. But you know, I started eating it a little bit and it kind of grew on me, so picked up some broccolis, so we'll get that in at some point during the week. And I mean, I try to keep to a minimum how much butter I put in the broccoli, and I don't use any of that cheese sauce or anything, because the whole point is trying to eat better. So Jay would certainly be fine with more butter and the cheese, but I guess in my opinion that defeats the whole point. And then an English cucumber, another one that he likes. So these are nice. If I cut them up into like chips and salt them, he'll eat those as a snack, just like chips. Hey, and again, fabulous. I'm happy to take the time to cut them up and have them, you know, in a nice little container for him to take to work. I'd rather him munch on sliced cucumbers for an afternoon snack than, you know, going to Quick Trip and getting some greasy roller grill junk that has been, you know, sitting out all morning and is probably really bad for him. And then, of course, we can't forget Diesel, who is the star of the show. Got him an assortment of different cat foods. You know, I often wonder, do they make the different flavors for us as the pet owners, the pet parents, so to speak, to make us feel like we're feeding our pet something different all the time? Because to us, the idea of eating the exact same thing every single day, that sounds kind of boring, right? So, I don't know, I often thought that, although Diesel does seem to prefer certain ones to others, of course, and I do try to give him pieces of real meat every so often, because I mean, cats and dogs, let's face it, they are carnivores. That's why they have the teeth that they do. They're meant to eat meat. So guess what? When I'm cooking meat, the cat smells it. So I'll generally share a little bit with him because, hey, it's good for him. Jay's birthday is on Thursday. I think I've mentioned that a few times. And I hummed and I hawed about whether I wanted to buy a cake or attempt to make one. So I decided I'm going to give a shot to making one. And then I'm in the conundrum. I don't know exactly what kind of cake. Do I want to make cupcakes? Do I want to attempt to make like an actual cake? I was thinking about making 2 small rectangular cakes and maybe getting fancy. I've been watching this girl on YouTube, Mia Maples, and she's so adorable, and she does all kinds of arts and crafts and sewing and domestic stuff and baking and cake decorating, and she kind of inspired me with one of her videos with making a double layer cake, because she's new to the baking, or at least in the video she was, but it seemed to turn out nice. So I don't know. I got a confetti white cake mix, and then I have a cinnamon toast crunch mix because I know he likes cinnamon, and that caught my eye. I thought that was something a little different and unique. This was only $1 for the confetti white. You know, it's the generic great value. And being that it was only $1, I grabbed it because, you know, just in case something doesn't work out with this. But because Jay is a fan of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I thought, oh, wouldn't this kind of be a fun thing to try? So, so we'll see what happens. And then I also have these crumbles. These are peanut butter chocolate crunch crumbles that I've had. So I can use these on my cake. So, yeah, been giving some thought to that. That might even be a possible video. Do like the double layer and, you know, decorate it up. So we'll see. And if everything else is a bust as far as the cake project's concerned, I can always just tap out and stop and pick a little something up at the store. But I don't know. I want to give it a try. And then I've got, of course, the half and half for little homemade lattes, as well as the cat. I know it's terrible that I have to put certain things on the list, like half and half, specifically for the cat, but he loves it. And then a bag of Cantina style tortilla chips, because I have just absolutely been on a chips and salsa kick lately. I just can't get enough of it. And honkin' tub of the mild salsa, which really is good. I like this stuff made in the deli without the preservatives. The ingredients, you know, tomatoes, tomato juice, onions, water, sugar, cilantro. It's a bummer, you know, with the sugar. Jalapeno peppers, green peppers, and then less than 2% of vinegar, salt, dehydrated onion, garlic, celery powder. So, I mean, there's virtually no preservatives in this. It's all so, you know, it's just salsa. It's just some mashed up veggies and water, right? But, hey, it's getting so hard to find foods that lack all those preservatives. And then guess here are the chips. Well, now with the chips, you get the brown white corn and, you know, with all that enrichment and stuff. But I must say I'm impressed. Brown white corn, vegetable oil, and then may contain corn oil. So a relatively short list of ingredients for these chips. So, I mean, I am not touting them as a health. I am not a nutritionist by any means. Don't take anything. I'm just saying, you know, from my own observations and my own goals and trying to bring healthier type foods into the house. A bottle of Red Hot Buffalo sauce, Frank's Red Hot Buffalo sauce, to go with that 10-pound box of chicken fritters that I got yesterday. In fact, I have a couple in the oven right now as we speak. I thought, you know, this buffalo sauce might really be good as a dipping sauce for those little fritters. And, well, I've got 10 pounds of them, so I'm trying to come up with creative ways to use them. And again, I'm not a huge fan of all the breading and stuff that's on them, but I mean, just as an afternoon snack, and the price, you know, I've got so much of it, might as well use it. And just integrating little bits in here and there, you know, as part of meals shouldn't be that bad. But yeah, kind of excited to try the Frank's. I mean, I've had Frank's Red Hot before, but I don't think I've had Frank's Buffalo. And I've had, but Frank's Buffalo? Oh, that'll be exciting. And then a box of the tomato basil penne hamburger helper. Again, another pantry staple item I like to always have on hand because that's something we both, again, like. And it's an easy thing to make. I splurged on one of these Ollipops. I've been seeing these around. Expensive little buggers, though. $2.30 for this silly little single can of soda. $2.30. So, I always like grape Gatorade, but they didn't have any grape Gatorade at the store. So I thought, well, okay, here's an excuse to splurge. So I think I'll go ahead and have that today. Well, you know what? No, I'll have it with my lunch. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the fridge so it can be chilled and I can try that later. But Yeah, I haven't tried those Ollie sodas yet, but based on the price, I really hope that, you know, there's some sort of benefit to it beyond just regular soda. Baby Shark mac and cheese. It was only 50 cents, and so I thought it'd be funny to put it and make a little. Jay likes mac and cheese, so to tease him on his birthday, I'll have a little side of Baby Shark mac and cheese for him because it's just so cute. And then stray cat food. And just many more. Oh, yep, a couple more ramens. I didn't want to get a whole box because I still have half a box in there. But Jay likes to eat 4 bricks at a time of the ramen. Yeah, 4. And sometimes he'll do that 2 days in a row. Well, that's 8 of them wiped out right there. So I like to try to make sure that I have at least 8 on hand at all times in case he has them back to back like that. Because yeah, that's his comfort food when he's not feeling good. So, I mean, I just always want to have it available. And then I really have been enjoying these mac and cheese that have the, that pouch of cheese instead of the powdered cheese. And so this is the 5 Italian 5 cheese, cheddar, Havarti. And then this one is the creamy jalapeno bacon. So this one's a new one. The other 2 I've tried. I mean, they're basically what you expect. I mean, macaroni, pasta, and, kind of cheapish tasting cheese sauce, Velveeta-ish quality. So I would imagine this will probably be more of the same, but with a kick. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. I always like the stuff with a little jalapeno flavor. I find it gives it a kick. I know those mac and cheese boxes with the powdered mix, the Cheetos. I didn't buy these today, but I'm a fan of these. But because Jay's not been feeling good, he's like, oh, nothing spicy. So since I usually just eat some of what I make for him, and then my little fritters seem to be done. Then a splurge of one of the big prepared salads. I'm going to hide it in the fridge as I usually do for when I'm in a pinch and maybe didn't have time to put together, with the stuff that I bought. Because, I mean, this thing is $5.50, $5.50. And yes, you're paying for the convenience. Yes, it's so nice. You just grab the package, you got everything you need, a little meat, the dressing, the cheese. But, if you think about it, this is just crappy ass iceberg lettuce. The stuff that I got is way better quality. The, wherever I put it, oh yeah, it's buried under all the glass stuff. This is much better quality roughage than what comes in, iceberg is just, fibrous water. Nothing wrong with it, but, and then it's just not that much meat, or, it's not a real significant amount of meat for the price, just a little bit of cheese. And, I always put a pinch of cheese on my salads too. So, I don't know. It's the packaging that, you're paying for in large part with these. So, that's why I try to limit myself to just buying him 1 week of those and preparing the salads or some other vegetable type item on the rest of the days. I've been doing a lot of cleaning around the house. That's a whole nother project. But I came across a couple of staplers with no staples, so 97 cents. I'm sure there's some stashed somewhere, but can I find them now for the life of me? No, so I'd like to 97 cents. I figured, what the heck. And then here's my castor oil. I saw something again online. You take it all with a grain of salt, but with some various benefits of putting castor oil on your skin. I don't know. I'm going to try it out and see what it's all about. Sounded interesting. I mean, I have nothing to lose. It was only a couple of bucks for it. And then chicken mozzarella tortellini, one of my cheat meals. The mushroom one, again, so quick and easy that I can prepare them very fast in a pinch if I need to feed the man. And then, of course, eggs. And I've got the 18 eggs. I used the last of my pre-boiled eggs yesterday, so I'd like to boil maybe 10 or so of them. But then I'm going to need a few eggs for my cake making project. I noticed that on one of the cakes, you only needed 3 eggs. 3 eggs for the Cinnamon Toast Crunch and 4 eggs for the confetti. So again, I don't know, if one doesn't go quite the way I want it, I might go through a lot of eggs on this project. So, eggs. And yeah, again, these eggs, they just are not I found an old receipt yesterday that says cleaning, and I just laughed. Just like 3 years ago, a dozen eggs was like 37 cents. It was ridiculous. 37 cents. They're basically giving them away. And now it was like $4.50 for that pack of 18. And then my sugar water. This is under $2. But again, it's sugar water. It's what it is. But it's so tasty to have a little something to splash into your plain water. And so I like to just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way of this stuff because it is so sweet. I can't imagine, like for small children, I feel so bad for small children who are given sippy cups filled with this stuff straight and not diluted. It's just terrible, terrible. I mean, poor little teeth. Speaking of teeth, I saw this thing. Oh, I wish that one day when I get back, I want to learn how to do editing and stuff, so got to start somewhere. But I saw when I was in the baking aisle picking out those mixes, a brownie mix. It obviously was a activity to do with kids, and I'm always on the lookout for kids' activities to do with my niece and nephew when they visit. And this was it was brownies, and it had candy bones inside. And the idea is you make the brownies, and then you sprinkle in the candy bones, and then you eat the brownies, and you're an archaeologist finding the bones in your brownie. But it's the candy, if you've ever done any kind of baking, those really hard candies that go on stuff that could break your teeth. Now, who came up with this idea to put hard, teeth-breaking candies randomly into a brownie mix and say, hey kids, want to break your teeth today? I mean, I really need to find a picture of it, but look for it in your baking aisle. Frankly, I hope you don't find it, and I hope somebody realizes, hey, this really doesn't seem like such a great idea, now does it? Now, if those hard candies are being used as a decoration, and I like those googly eyes, those can be fun. But you see them, so you can take them off and not destroy your teeth. But, ooh, man, to bite into something, and because I have very weak teeth, it would just, anyways. Cheese, Italian style cheese. And this I think is still pretty good value, $2.50. You get 8 ounces for $2.50. And, cheese is nice on the sandwiches, you can make your omelets, or even when I make Jay some fried eggs, I'll, put a little sprinkle of cheese on there and spruce it up a little bit for him. And then some 5-hour energies for Jay. I noticed that he was running low, and I don't like to run out of these, so got those to replenish his stock. And then a couple of Gatorades here. A blue one, the Glacier Freeze, and a fruit punch for me. And then a package of the English muffins, and I've sang my praises of English muffins before, of how they are, inexpensive and easy to just keep around. I was looking at some other breads, but like those cinnabon buns are really tasty sometimes, but they're so much more expensive and their shelf life is not as long. So I really just couldn't justify buying them unless I had plans to make a bunch of sandwiches or something. I got one of these Ooey by Yoplait whole milk yogurts, vanilla and chocolate. These are expensive. These are about $2 a pop. I used to get the vanilla ones, and I really like the vanilla bean ones. I mean, you could even taste the little vanilla bean in it. I love that. It's just so flavorful, delicious. And I couldn't find the vanilla for the longest time. Now they're doing all these goofy, weird flavors. Like, they even had a unicorn flavor. Hey, that's great. Kids love all that stuff, but like, just give me chocolate and vanilla. I mean, you can do the unicorn. I mean, this is a vanilla and chocolate, but it's not really what I wanted, but it was the most like basic that I could get was just the vanilla chocolate, but nothing that was just plain vanilla. You know, you're getting old when you just want plain vanilla yogurt. And then some treats for my cat. No, he's no kitten. He turns 14 this year. He will be 14 years old in May, but he's always going to be a kitten to me. So gotta always have his treats around. And then, you know, rather than dicking around with little containers of dressing, I just send these to the office. So that way Jay can just dress his salad as needed, since he's got a fridge right in his office anyway, right? Like in the office suite and in his office, so he can stick it in there. But they're pretty small, so I was like, might be time for replacing. So don't want to take any chances, because if he doesn't have dressing, he may not eat the salad, period. So we can't have that. And then I also got a couple of jugs of water as well. So that was my haul of 100. Well, everything that I just hauled there was $115.88. So $116 essentially for everything, which, you know, your dollars just don't go as far shopping these days, let's face it. And then separately, $16.63, I have 2 of the 8 packs of Gatorade and the handles. I just left them in my car because I really do want to go down to the office tomorrow for Valentine's Day anyway, to bring a treat, surprise Jay with a treat, and for sure on, you know, Thursday for his birthday to bring him his cake. So, you know, even though he's a big boy and everything, I know deep down, I know he still enjoys, you know, that moment, even if it's just me bringing him a cupcake from the gas station with a candle stuck in it. It's still a sweet moment, and it's something I always make a point to do every year for him. And, you know, he's been going through it lately, just being really stressed, dealing with a lot. So, you know, sometimes it's just the little things, right? So, all right, well, I hope everybody's doing well and having a good day. I wanted to have a Diesel cameo, but he has run away, so he's taking his union mandated break, apparently. So, I'm going to be doing a Dermalogica haul maybe tomorrow. I'm getting some goodies in the mail, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. Dermalogica is just a facial care, not sponsored by any means, good grief, but you know, it's the face care regimen that I used. I like it, and I got all kinds of stuff coming in my next order, so yeah, looking forward to it. All right, have a great day, everyone. Thanks for checking out my video. Take care.